Joining me now, New York Times reporters Shira Frankel and Cecilia Kang. They're the authors of the new book, An Ugly Truth, Inside Facebook's Battle for Domination. Cecilia, they don't need to have a battle for domination. Facebook absolutely has it. And while we could unveil all of these horrible things and say they're resident evil, they're massively successful, and they get more and more successful by the day. Is anything going to stop them?
Well, I mean, history shows, Stephanie, that no company is untouchable. That is for sure. But what we show in this book is how the company got there, how Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO, and the COO, Sheryl Sandberg, built this company, as we all know now, from a dorm room project into this global mammoth with 3.4 billion users across its 3 apps, with $85 billion in revenue, and is now valued at $1 trillion. And they did that with 2 important things, with an absolute goal for growth, as well as creating technology that keeps people on as much as possible onto the site. And these 2 things were a very powerful combination to build this incredibly unprecedented communications tool.
Okay, and those 2 things, Shira, are what made them wildly successful. Like, I want to get real. This is a business. Their stock price through the roof. They keep getting bigger. Are these actually problems at Facebook, or are the problems the lack of laws overseeing them?
These are problems not just at Facebook, but every social media company. And, it's twofold. Yes, we are struggling right now here in the United States with adequate laws. We're looking at many laws that were created, over 100 years ago, and which lawmakers are currently trying to apply to a social media company that, is unprecedented in many ways. And so I think we're up against a lot of problems here as we seek to try and not just understand what Facebook is, how its business model works, but also how it impacts the United States and democracies all over the world.
Cecilia, you talked to more than 400 current and former employees, all levels of the company. Any shot we could see change from within, significant change?
I think that's a really important point, Stephanie, that we found that the structure and the culture is absolutely centered around the founder and CEO, Mark Zuckerberg. And he has only seized more control over the last several years. And what we found is a really deeply disturbing pattern, and we show that with anecdote after anecdote of an executive leadership that has been warned several times of problems. They ignore warnings and do not act, but they publicly apologize and say they'll do better, and they repeat this cycle over and over again. And so we think that through our reporting, people have told us that really, if there is change, it would not come necessarily from within. It would have to come from the outside, or some sort of a big change with a change in leadership per se.